Alright. Hopefully this is okay. I'm doing this right under my ceiling fan, so maybe this doesn't sound good. So I'll make this brief. I meant to say at the beginning of this video that next week there will not be a new Doctor Who. It's because we're taking Thanksgiving off. Granted, by the time you see this, I know it's past Thanksgiving and yada yada yada. But I record these ahead of time. Basically, what you need to know next week, no new Doctor Who. We will be back, though, in 2 weeks for episodes 5 and 6, which are the Almost People and Flesh something. I can never remember what they're called, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with those anyway, so yeah, that's basically that, and enjoy the video, and also Torchwood today, so yeah, bye.
Hey guys, Alex and Dan from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time around was The Curse of the Black Spot. What was that one about?
The Curse of the Black Pearl. Obviously, this is several years afterwards, but just jumping on the bandwagon of the pirate movies of this time. Interesting, though, the Black Spot is actually a legend from pirate times. The TARDIS with the Doctor and Amy and Rory lands on a pirate ship where the men are being taken by apparently one of the sirens of ancient Greek mythology, but it turns out she's not. She is an alien being. Ultimately, have taken most of the crew. Rory is also taken, and then the Doctor says that he and Amy and the ship's captain Avery all decide to let themselves be taken, and it turns out that there is an alien spaceship that is occupying the same space as the pirate ship, and the siren turns out to be a ripoff of the EMH in Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, and is keeping all the people alive. And the Doctor and Amy revive Rory and take him back to the TARDIS, but Avery stays on board with his son to pilot the starship somewhere else, I'm guessing. And we are still not sure. The TARDIS will not make a determination whether or not Amy is pregnant.
That was one of the most comprehensive recaps you've done in a while, so...
Because after tonight, the theater work that I'm doing is done for at least the next 4 months.
Oh yeah, so... but yeah, interesting enough episode. Today we're moving on to The Doctor's Wife. Now, we are rewatching this, not just me rewatching it, but both of us. We originally did this episode nearly 6 years ago, I want to say. Wow. It was somewhere in around 2020, I think, somewhere around there. This was your introduction to the 11th Doctor, and now, as always, you get to see it in context. So,
and I recall even then not knowing a whole lot about the 11th Doctor. I really enjoyed it because it, as it turns out, is what was that? The edge of destruction way back in the first Doctor's time. That it's literally about the TARDIS.
Yeah. It gives the TARDIS more personality than it normally has, but yeah, pretty much since that first serial that was the third serial overall where they basically confirmed that the TARDIS is alive. So, and this essentially just follows up on it. So, but yeah, we're gonna be rewatching it, which doesn't really mean that much. Like, not that much is different about this video compared to other videos. It's just the title is a little different and we know what we're getting into. But yeah, also going up today, probably a half hour after this video goes up. So if you're watching this the minute it goes up, you'll have to wait just a few minutes. But Torchwood Season 3, I am just going to confidently say that reaction is going up. Assuming all goes well with copyright, we are going to record the final episode today, and then when you guys are watching this, I should hopefully have that entire thing put up. I'm really hoping. I'm going to get it. I need to get it up to YouTube as fast as I can so that I can deal with any copyright problems that arise. Because, when we did the two-parter at the beginning of this season, I did run into copyright problems, like, more than normal, and so I had to, like, re-edit that a little bit, so... Hopefully, Torchwood is not that bad, but either way, for those of you watching the Doctor Who reactions, you've got a lot of stuff to watch this week. You got this and a near 3-hour-long Torchwood video. Oof. So, yeah.
That's a lot of babbling by us.
Yeah, so and stick around through the whole thing, because as it goes on, we form different opinions about the season. So, like, if you start hearing some opinions in, like, episode 2 or 3, and you're like, I don't know about this, wait until the end, because it is a process of watching Torchwood. And we're not even through that process yet. It's because we still have to finish it. So that's also up today. If you're watching this literally any point past 12:30 in the afternoon in the Central Time Zone, that video is up as well. So you can watch both of those. Yeah, you got anything else?
I got nothing.
We might as well just jump right into this episode of Doctor Who. Here we go.
We saw him die.
Yeah, 200 years in the future.
Yes, but it's still going to happen.
What was that?
The door. A box.
Doctor, what is it?
I've got mail. There's a living Time Lord still out there, and it's one of the good ones.
You said
Thank
there weren't
goodness.
any other Time Lords left.
Now, this isn't E-Space, where Edric was from.
No, that's a different universe altogether. This is between universes in the void.
Neil Gaiman. I'd forgotten that.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those separate the art from the artist kind of deals nowadays.
Yeah.
How can we be outside the universe? The universe is everything.
Imagine a great big soap bubble with one of those tiny little bubbles on the outside.
Okay.
But it's nothing like that. Completely drained. Look it up.
Wait, so we're in a tiny bubble universe sticking to the side of the bigger bubble universe.
Yeah. No, but if it helps, yes. This place is full of rift energy. You'll probably refuel just by being here. Now, this place, what do we think, eh? Gravity's almost Earth normal. Air's breathable, but it smells like
Armpits.
armpits.
What about all this stuff? Where did this come from?
They call me Auntie.
I'm uncle. I'm everybody's uncle. Just keep back from this one. She bites.
Do I? Excellent. Biting's excellent. It's like kissing, only there's a winner.
Sorry, she's too lovely.
It means the smell of dust after rain.
What does?
Petrichor.
But I didn't ask.
Not yet. But you will.
No, it isn't. I think we should have a rest.
Yes, good idea.
This is why this is
I'll
normally
just
contained
see if
within a
it's
box.
The house. What's the house?
House is all around you, my sweets. You are standing on him. This is the
So I was
house.
going to say the uncle looks like a American Civil War soldier, but now I'm thinking Foreign Legion.
I'd love to. This way? Come, please.
Doesn't look like a normal British soldier.
What were those voices?
Somewhere close by, there are lots and lots of Time Lords.
Now, of course, we hadn't seen the Time War episode at this point, so
Hard outer surface, that's the planet we're walking on. Big squash yoogly thing inside. That's you.
That is correct, Time Lord.
Oh yeah, that's Michael Sheen's house.
So,
Oh.
you've met Time Lords before? See the sights.
I don't remember if we had seen the Ood or if I'd seen the Ood by this time either.
I don't think so.
Where's my thing?
It all makes so much sense now.
You told me about your people and you told me what you did.
Yes, but if they're like the Corsair, they're good ones and I can save them.
And then tell them you destroyed all the others.
I can explain, Eve. Tell them why I had to.
Thank goodness the master isn't here.
Don't we all?
Call you from the TARDIS, where we look after him.
Rory, look after her.
I told you to look after him.
He'll be fine. He's a Time Lord.
It's just what they're called.
doesn't mean he actually knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a great arm for me, this.
Corrsair.
He was a strapping big bloke, wasn't he, Uncle?
Big fun.
I got the arm, and then Uncle got the spine and the kidneys.
Yes.
Those don't have tattoos.
You gave me hope and then you took it away. That's enough to make anyone dangerous. God knows what it will do to me. Basically. Run!
Put on Time Lord. Too late.
Oh, what do you call me? We travel. I go
The tart.
time and relative dimension in space. Yes, that's it. Names are funny. It's me. I'm the TARDIS.
No, you're not. You're a bitey mad lady. The TARDIS.
I was already a museum piece when you were young. And the first time you touched my console, you
I
said...
said you were the most beautiful thing I'd ever known.
Then you stole me. And I stole you. Are all people like this?
Like what?
So much bigger on the inside. I'm...
Okay, right, I really don't know what to do. That's a new feeling.
It's not a good feeling, though.
Oh, sorry. Do you have a name?
700 years, finally, he asks.
So what do I call you?
I think you call me... sexy.
Only when we're alone.
We are alone.
Come on, sexy.
Corridors. I have corridors. So much.
Thought he called her old girl too.
But you haven't answered my question, children.
Killing us quickly wouldn't be any fun. And you need fun, don't you? That's what Auntie and Uncle were for, wasn't it? Someone to make suffer. I had a PE teacher just like you.
So did everyone, Rory.
You need to
Yeah.
be entertained. And killing us quickly wouldn't be entertainment.
So entertain me. Run.
It doesn't sound like Michael Sheen.
No, it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure that's what people say. I'll look it up just to be sure.
Wonder if they've mechanically lowered his voice or if he's actually trying to sound like that.
You're thinking what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking all of my sisters are dead, that they were devoured, and that we are looking at their corpses.
Ah, sorry. No, I wasn't.
Right, well, don't think about that part.
No,
Oh, yeah, it's Michael
you
Sheen.
were thinking you could build a working TARDIS console out of broken remnants of 100 different models. And you never read the instructions.
I always read the instructions.
There's a sign on my front door. You have been walking past it for 700 years. What does it say?
That's not instructions.
There's an instruction at the bottom. What does it say?
Pull to open.
Yes, and what do you do?
Push.
Yeah.
Time, 700 years. Police box doors open and out the way.
Since we're talking with mouths, not really an opportunity that comes along very often, I just want to say, you have never been very reliable.
And you have?
You didn't always take me where I wanted to go.
No, but I always took you where you needed to go.
You did.
But it's so
It'd be
frustrating.
amazing if we could always talk, even when you're stuck inside the box.
You know, I'm not constructed that way. I exist across all space and time, and you talk and run around and bring home strays.
So many strays. Sometimes they're penguins.
And it's messing with the TARDIS. Walk back this way.
Hold his hand for goodness sake.
Press diffuser. Retroscope.
The original TARDIS panels there.
The round things.
How long have you been here?
2,000 years I waited for you, and you did it to me again.
I didn't mean to.
You've got the funny stuff with the Doctor and the TARDIS and all of this incredibly creepy stuff with Rory and Amy.
Poor Rory. Oh man, Rory died again. Oh, that's why they keep it in a box.
Can you get a message to Amy? The telepathic circuits are online.
Which one's Amy? The pretty one?
Don't worry. Telepathic messaging. No, that's Rory.
You have to go to the,
the pretty
old
one.
control room. I'm putting the root in your head. When you get there, use the purple slider on the nearest panel to lower the shields.
The pretty one.
You'll have about 12 seconds. I directed him to one of the old control rooms.
There aren't any old control rooms. They were all deleted or remodeled.
I archived them beneath them. I've got about 30 now.
But I've only
Oh,
changed
that's a
the
lot.
desktop, what, a dozen times?
So far, yes.
You can't archive something that hasn't happened yet.
You can't.
Okay, stay there a second.
What is it?
Just grab her hand and pull her.
Sorry.
Okay. Fine. Come towards my voice.
That's a clue right there, Amy.
Rory, you did this to yourself.
Chuck your hand.
Yeah. Oh, they made it.
Please. Another control room?
Right, shields.
Oh, it's been so long since we saw this grungy old thing.
How did you find this place? It's not on my internal schematic.
You have
I
schematics?
had hoped you'd...
She's woman, and she's my TARDIS.
She's the TARDIS.
And she's woman. She's woman, and she's the TARDIS.
Did you wish really hard?
Shut up, not like that.
Hello. I'm sexy.
Oh, still shut up.
Where's nephew?
He was standing right where you materialized.
Ah, well, he must have been redistributed.
Meaning what?
You're breathing in.
Oh,
Another rude I failed to save. Finish him off, girl.
I just wanted to say hello. Hello, Doctor.
Well, I mean, she's not gone. She just is.
are you gonna make her talk again?
Can't. Why not?
Spacey wacy, isn't it?
Well, actually, it's because the Time Lord's discovered that if you take an 11th dimensional matrix and fold it into a mechanical, then... Yes, it's spacey wacy!
Sorry. At the end, she was talking. She kept repeating something. I don't know what it meant.
What did she say?
The only water in the forest is the river. She said we'd need to know that someday. It doesn't make sense, does it?
Not yet.
Well, someday it will.
The house deleted all the bedrooms. I should probably make you to a new bedroom. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Okay, Doctor, this time could we lose the bunk beds?
No, bunk beds are cool. A bed with a ladder.
The silly old. Okay. The over Ryan or wherever we need to go.
Alrighty. The one and only time they have ever talked to the TARDIS.
Well, again, so much more, like you said, now that it's in context. But again, they're writing this season, as I mentioned before. You have this very silly, almost nonsensical story with the Doctor and his wife, the TARDIS. But then you have the incredibly creepy story of Auntie and Uncle and the house and nephew and, you know, Rory aging another 2,000 years. I mean, it's just the juxtaposition of those two things. You got chills watching this creepy scene, and then, like us, just laughing uproariously at the other stuff.
I mean, it's kind of like a fairy tale a lot with these seasons, where it's just like, you know, this fantastical thing that isn't necessarily what you would see in a normal sci-fi. I mean, I don't think there's going to be an episode of Star Trek where the Enterprise comes to life or something, you know? So it's this weird fantastical thing, but also the other side of a fairy tale, like an actual fairy tale where it's like, yeah, something dark and creepy is about to happen too, along with the magic. So,
yeah.
You know, it's interesting, and I didn't catch this the first time, that this is the edge, the let-off point of the rift. Like, the rift that runs through Cardiff and Torchwood deals with. And it's interesting because I didn't think about that. You know, it's like this rift is pretty much what powers TARDISes, or at least a rift that powers TARDISes and stuff. But it's interesting. You almost wish it's like, you know, you could kind of look around and be like, is there any reference to a Torchwood episode here? You know, like I'm kind of looking around, like is there like a biplane with that one pilot lady that Owen had a thing with? But no, it's just interesting that it's just sort of mostly subdued as a sort of reference to the rift.
Now, there was the reference to the initial TARDIS roundels, or whatever they were called. So I think you're right. I think, and again, just depending on the time and the effort and the director's point of view, just to subtly throw in stuff like that. You know, throw in something from each of the Doctor's eras, that just an Easter egg that shows on screen for 3 or 4 seconds, and we can go, oh, wait a minute, that's, there's Tom Baker's scarf, or there's Colin Baker's multicolored coat. Yeah, or, the Seventh Doctor's umbrella. Just something like that would have been really kind of nice to put in there.
And I mean, most of the TARDIS pieces, I mean, those are other Time Lords' TARDISes. It is interesting, because they bring up specifically the Corsair. And it's funny because I feel like last time around, I would have been like, no, I don't think, the Corsair is actually a character in classic Doctor Who. Now, this time around, we can both confidently say, no, the Corsair was never shown in classic Doctor Who. We know, we watched it all.
All right, so other than the actual Time Lords on Gallifrey, the only two that we saw outside of that were the Master and the Monk, weren't they?
And the Rani.
And the Rani, right.
Yeah, so, other than that, it was mostly, well, I guess Romana too. But of the Time Lords that we see, I guess specifically ones that choose their name specifically. So you have the Doctor, the Master, the Rani, the Corsair, and the Monk. So, of all of them, it's an interesting bit of lore about the Corsair always needing that tattoo in each regeneration. It's interesting. I do kind of wish it's just like, it would be so nice to see another Time Lord, and we will never see another Time Lord that it pretty much isn't one of the cores that we've already seen. Yeah. So yeah, and for the most part, it's really just going to be the Master. But still, we're currently on a little break from the Master. So, but maybe that also would have detracted a bit from the main thing. If if there's other Time Lords, it's like, well, that's cool, but the main point of this episode is seeing the TARDIS and coming to know her as a character. So, it's interesting. I like that it's just like she's never gone through time in a linear fashion. She doesn't think that way either. When the Matrix is within the actual box, the actual shell, she just can't think of that. So she just has to figure out, okay, she knows things are going to happen, or will happen, or have happened, or are happening, but she can't figure out which one is which. So,
and right there at the end left another clue, I'm sure, for the arc of the season. The only water in the forest is the river.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a plant if I ever heard one.
It could mean anything.
I'm sure it does, but you don't need to gaslight me. I'll forget this by next week.
Oh, yeah. So, we do have a 2-parter next week. Oh. And actually, it will be the last 2-parter for a while. Oh. So, they actually stopped doing those for a good while. I mean, it's something we currently don't understand, but something that will be understood in the future.
To me, it's as glaring as Bad Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
We had multiple episodes where something connected to Bad Wolf was said, and the fact that at the end Rory hears her and says, "What did you say? What did you say?" And then he says she said something before she, disintegrated. And again, that's like the first time we saw Bad Wolf back in season 1.
Yeah. So. And then I suppose the biggest thing I suppose, kind of a lore drop for this episode. The biggest thing that kind of redefines how you view almost every episode of Doctor Who is that the TARDIS does not take you where you want to go, but where you need to go. Yeah. And that explains everything. Especially, also in modern Doctor Who, where it's like, you remember, like, at the very, very beginning, it was like episode 4 with Eccleston, and it was the first time he brought Rose home, and it's just like, yeah, it's been 12 hours, and then he realizes, oh, it's been 12 months, and it's just like, what the heck? And you're like, well, why would it do that? How can he not pilot the TARDIS that well? And of course, back in the day, obviously the first and second Doctors, they couldn't even pilot the TARDIS where they wanted to go. It just took off, and wherever it went. So, but yeah, it's one of those things like, well, the Doctor needed to be there for, the invasion of the Slitheen. So, does bring up the question, and we'll talk about this in a different video that's going up today, of, so why doesn't the TARDIS take the Doctor to certain other parts, certain other catastrophes that are happening, So,
because we've talked about this, the way I'm thinking about that is somewhere in the future the Doctor realizes the situation will resolve itself, and therefore it is not necessary for him to intervene.
Yeah, or at the very least the TARDIS understands that needs to be solved by the people of Earth.
Yes.
So, but I mean, there's also other stuff in, Torchwood and the Sarah Jane Adventures. I mean, like, remember the giant kaiju that attacked Cardiff? You'd think the TARDIS would be like, you should go deal with that, but no, Jack has had that covered. So, but it does redefine everything.
Yeah.
And I think it was after we watched this episode, we did the audio dramas, if you remember. And what was the Sixth Doctor one called? Was it the Holy Terror?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah. And remember I think like at the beginning of that one, like the TARDIS essentially kicked out the Doctor and Frobisher and was just like, just go. Like, she was mad for some reason. And so that kind of feeds into that of like, the TARDIS ultimately is the one in charge. She sees all of time, every single variance on the timeline or the time ball, wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. She sees it all and knows exactly where to put this madman that can fix something. So,
and now apparently it's not only wibbly wobbly and timey wimey, it's also spacey wacy.
Yeah, so it's complicated, certainly.
However, another thing I just thought of here, this idea of the bubble on the bubble, isn't that essentially what happens in the Time War? Instead of a bubble, it's a pocket universe. He's basically saying,
yeah,
I've got to put you in a little bubble where everything will remain static, but at least you will be alive.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, it's such a good hand wave where it's just like, all right, think of, one of those soap bubbles with a tiny bubble on it. And it's like, oh, so it's like that. It's like, no, but if it helps you out, then sure. It's a good hand wave of like, this is so complicated. It's like, the way I see it, because we've had stuff with the void between universes before, that different universes exist, and between them there is the void. That's where the Daleks were at the end of season 2. They had a void ship that could come through and exist through the void. And essentially the way I see it is that still is kind of the case here. It's just that House can survive in the void between universes, even though there shouldn't, like, it's, as far as I can understand, the void is like less than nothing. Like, we see space as the, as the great void of, you go out into space and there's nothing there, But at least in terms of Doctor Who, the void in Doctor Who is less than nothing. It is just incomprehensible, and it's probably not worth your time thinking about as much as I am. But yeah, so it is very similar, and it makes sense for this sentient asteroid that can survive in the void to be able to take down so many Time Lords. Though this does sort of slightly point out that are none of the Time Lords as clever as the Doctor? And I guess the show has shown us that many times.
Yeah.
But, you think about, how he talks about the Corsair, and you think about all these other Time Lords, and it's like, okay, could they have gotten out of this situation? Now, there's the question of, well, their TARDISes would have been put in a person as well. So, I don't know. I guess the difference is where, I suppose House may have just killed those Time Lords outright without letting them explore or anything. But because the Doctor says, this is the last TARDIS, I'm the last Time Lord, this is the last TARDIS, that's it, then, that's why House had to take over the TARDIS itself. He would normally just eat it, but he takes it over in order to escape the little pocket universe they have. So, I don't know. I guess it becomes the question of how would this episode have played out if the Master was here instead of the Doctor. I guess the Master wouldn't have had companions, because I guess that's another part of it, is that they have to have Amy and Rory drop the TARDIS's shields so that they can materialize in there. So I don't know. Are none of the other Time Lords as clever as the Doctor? If this was the Master, the Rani, okay, maybe the Monk might not have been able to do this. The Monk got tricked very easily back in the day, so I don't know. But yeah, still a really good episode.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Again, very funny and very creepy all at the same time.
Well, yeah. So it's just a shame that it was written by nobody. It's just a shame. Same as Good Omens. Good Omens had Terry Pratchett, and some Phantom, I think, was the other side of that. So why can't people be good? I don't want to devolve into a conversation about that, so I'll just leave it out as it's just like, why can't people just not? I feel like that was a joke I had. I don't think it was on a Doctor Who episode, but there was a video where I was just like, you know what? The lesson from this episode is just don't. And if you go on social media and you look at people, that is your lesson to be learned. Just don't. Ever. Anyhow. But next week we got a 2-parter. The last 2-parter until like the end of season 8. So.
And what is it called?
I think it's called The Almost People. I think. I don't fully. One of the episodes is called The Almost People. I don't remember what the other one is called. So it has been a while since I watched those episodes. But yeah. But if you're watching this day of, or if you're watching this, I guess at any time, there is also a Torchwood reaction that you can go watch. Our entire 3-hour-long reaction to Torchwood Children of Earth. So we got to go finish that up, actually. And then I'm going to kick my butt into gear tomorrow and actually edit it so I can actually get this up in a timely manner. So, you got anything else?
I got nothing.
Then that is basically it. With all of that being said, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of our modern Doctor Who reactions, as well as another playlist with every Doctor Who video that's on the channel. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.